We're joining a match in progress for the World's Heavyweight Championship. The champion, Nick Bonkwinkel, now has the head of Bruiser Brody, the challenger, scissored as Bruiser Brody, the big man, trying to take the golden belt and the World's Championship away from Nick Bonkwinkel. Bobby the Brain Heenan, some people call him the Weasel, is the manager of Nick Bonkwinkel. He is outside the ring talking to a ring announcer or someone down there at the ringside as Nick Bonkwinkel punishes Bruiser Brody with the head scissors. It's been an exciting match so far. It's been going on for better than 8 or 9 minutes now. A special referee for this match, a man who held the World's Heavyweight Championship for 6 different times, the great Lou Thez, checking with Bruiser Brody to see if he'd like to concede the match, and he says no. Nick Bonkwinkel trying to finish Bruiser Brody off. Brody kicking those legs, trying to get that circulation going, trying to get out of that head scissor. Brody trying to come out. Bonkwinkel keeping him locked in tight. Brody still unable to get out. Here he comes as he finally gets out and he grabs the leg of the world's champion, Nick Bonkwinkel. Bruiser Brody, 290 pounds. Challenging Nick Bonkwinkel for the world championship. Right now, Brody getting the worst of it. As Bonkwinkel has him covered up, here comes a count, and Brody has a leg over the bottom rope. Bonkwinkel thinks he may have won the match already, but no, the leg of Brody was over the bottom rope. Oh, and Brody catches him with a big one as Bonkwinkel came in after him. Bonkwinkel right back. Brody now grabs the leg. Bonkwinkel doubles those fists up, throws him to the back, trying to knock the big man off. Brody holding on to Nick Bonkwinkel. Oh, Brody with a bear hug. Bonkwinkel reaching up, trying to pull Brody off, but Brody backs him into the corner. Bruiser Brody, you can see him up on the ropes, getting right up on top of the world's champion, Nick Bonkwinkel. Well, Bobby Heenan started in. Brody went after him, and you see Heenan, he doesn't want any part of Brody. Bonkwinkel, the world's champion now, comes back. Brody stays right with him. Ooh, down goes Bruiser Brody. Bonkwinkel from in behind. Get Brody down. He's got him down. There's no count. Heenan clapping for his world's champion. As you can see, Bonkwinkel. As Brody scissored again. Bruiser Brody locked up by the world champion Nick Bonkwinkel here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Nick Bonkwinkel holds on to Bruiser Brody. Brody trying to twist and turn to see if he can come up out of here. Here he goes. He's got Bonkwinkel turned over, but Bonkwinkel continues to roll, and Brody rolls with him, and Brody is still tied up in that scissor. And out underneath the bottom rope goes Bruiser Brody, and it'll get him a break. As Bonkwinkel not only breaks, he comes in punching. Brody is laying underneath that bottom rope. The former world champion Lou Thez, who's acting as a special referee in this match, makes Bonkwinkel get back as Brody rolls out onto the floor. Brody trying to make his way in. Bonkwinkel goes over and grabs him, slams him down. And Bonkwinkel throwing some punches as Brody unable to get into the ring. Now Bruiser Brody comes in on the other side and Bonkwinkel's waiting for him. Oh, what a big blow that the world's champion has thrown in there. There's another one. Forearm to the back of Bruiser Brody by Nick Bonkwinkel. We're at the Hemisphere Arena in San Antonio for event number 2. And what an event it has been. And you're just getting to watch the World's Championship match here. Bruiser Brody, the challenger, trying to knock out Nick Bonkwinkel, the world's champion. What a blow from Brody as the champion goes down. Brody reaches down, grabs him, throws him into the rope, between the ropes and out onto the concrete floor. And here comes Bruiser Brody outside. Brody grabs him by the hair, throws him into the timekeeper's table. Bruiser Brody with a forearm to the back of the world's champion, Nick Bonkwinkel. Bonkwinkel is down. Brody is laying on the timekeeper's table. The referee, Lou Thez, is warning Brody to either take it into the ring or go back to the dressing room and be disqualified. Brody doesn't want to get disqualified because he wants to win that world's championship. Brody is up on the top ropes, and he comes down with that big fist right on top of the head of the world's champion, Nick Bonkwinkel, and it may be all over here. It may be all over here. Brody may be wearing that world's championship belt. Brody comes up with a big boot to the top of the head of the world's champion, Nick Bonkwinkel. Another kick from Bruiser Brody. Brody kicks him back down. Bruiser Brody has got him covered up, and here's the count, and he only gets a 1. Bonkwinkel is coming out underneath the bottom rope. Bonkwinkel is out on the floor. He is staggered. Brody is going out on the other side. Brody going over to try to get Bonkwinkel as Bonkwinkel makes his way up onto the apron. Now he's inside the ring. Brody is outside the ring. And Brody lays him backwards across those ropes and throws that big forearm. Then he pushes him right into the center of the ring. And here comes Bruiser Brody in, looking to put the finishes on the world's champion. Here he's got him high up in the air. What's he going to do with him? Down he goes, and he didn't grab Brody. In fact, he did. And now Bobby Heenan, the manager of the world's champion, Nick Bonkwinkel, running away from Bruiser Brody. Brody comes into the ring, and down goes Bonkwinkel as Brody caught him with a big one. Brody reaches down, slams him to the mat. Bruiser Brody. High in the air he goes, and a knee across the chest of the world's champion. Here comes the count. It was 1, 2, and Heenan reached in and punched Brody. Now Brody is going after Heenan. I believe Brody would have won that fall and the match if Heenan hadn't interfered. Now Brody is turning on Bobby the Weasel Heenan. Brody goes back to the champion now. Oh boy, Brody throwing the world champion out of the ring. Now he's after Heenan, and there goes Heenan out of the ring. Here comes Brody out of the ring. Brody is going after a chair. And he has got the chair. Lou Thez tries to keep Brody from going into the ring with that chair. Bonkwinkel is in the ring. You can see Brody holding on to that chair. Lou Thez is holding on to it. Brody has it. Brody has, and he throws it down and he misses Bonkwinkel. The referee, Lou Thez, grabs the chair, throws it out of the ring. Heenan consoles his world's champion as the world champion has been taking a beating here from Bruiser Brody. And they are leaving the ring. They are leaving the ring, and the referee has asked for the bell. Bruiser Brody will have his hand raised in victory, but that will not get him the World's Championship, I don't believe. We'll wait and see. I believe the referee will wait for the official decision, but I'm just guessing now. I believe it's going to be a disqualification. Bruiser Brody has been declared the winner of the match.